right, today we're cracking open one of America's most chilling cold cases. It's a story of terror, taunts, and a killer who played a deadly game with an entire nation, only to just vanish without a trace.
So let's set the scene. It's the late 1960s, a time of massive cultural change. But underneath all that, a shadow was falling over Northern California. A brutal, calculating predator was starting a reign of terror that would grab hold of the public's imagination and, honestly, never really let go.
You know, the terror didn't start with a whisper. It started with a series of incredibly violent, shocking attacks that seemed to come out of absolutely nowhere, and they established this pattern of pure dread.
So, the killer's confirmed rampage kicked off in December 1968. He was targeting young couples, people just looking for a little privacy in those secluded lovers' lanes. After that first attack, boom, he strikes again in July of '69, then again in September at a lakeside. But then, the pattern completely shifts. In October, he murders a cab driver right in the middle of San Francisco. I mean, what a shockingly brazen move. It was designed to prove that absolutely no one was safe.
All told, the official number of people murdered by the Zodiac Killer is 5. 5 lives, confirmed to be cut short. But, the killer himself would claim he took many, many more.
But here's the thing. The violence, as horrific as it was, that's not what made this case so iconic. No, it was what came next that really transformed a murderer into this mythological figure. This, right here, was the killer's masterstroke. He started communicating directly with the public. See, he wasn't content to just hide in the shadows. He wanted a stage. And he built one for himself by playing this twisted game with the police and the press. So, in August of 1969, 3 different newspapers get these letters. They start with the absolutely chilling phrase, "This is the Zodiac speaking." It was the first time he actually gave himself a name. The letter goes on to say, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." This wasn't just a confession, it was a boast from a killer who was just completely drunk on his own power.
And this is what really set him apart from everyone else. He sent this steady stream of taunting letters to the press, revealing details only the killer could possibly know. He demanded they publish his strange, coded messages on their front pages, threatening he would kill again if they didn't. He was challenging everyone, turning his horrible crimes into a public spectacle. So, what exactly is a cipher? Well, simply put, it's a secret code. The Zodiac used these really complex symbols to hide his messages, and in doing so, he turned his horrific crimes into an intellectual puzzle for the entire country to try and solve.
And get this, the first major cipher wasn't cracked by the FBI or some elite codebreaker. It was solved by a high school teacher and his wife. Pretty amazing, right? And it revealed more about the killer's deeply disturbing psyche. But other codes, like the infamous 340-character cipher, they remained unsolved for over 50 years, holding their secrets tight. So with the public in a complete panic and the killer taunting them in the daily papers, the police launched one of the most extensive manhunts in history. But what they were really doing was chasing a ghost.
The best lead the police had was a composite sketch. It was based on witness testimony, and this drawing of a heavy-set man with glasses, well, it became the face of evil for an entire generation. A chillingly ordinary face for such a monster.
But the investigation was just plagued with problems from the start. We're talking countless suspects investigated over decades, but they were really hampered by the limited forensic tech of the era. The letters gave them all these tantalizing clues into a really narcissistic mind, but no name, no address, no identity. And even attempts with modern DNA technology so far have failed to officially close the case. The fact that they couldn't catch him, combined with his terrifying public persona he created, well, that cemented the Zodiac's place not just in true crime history, but really in American folklore. It really was the perfect storm for mystery that would last forever. You have a series of brutal, seemingly random crimes, a villain who names himself and taunts the world, these cryptic puzzles left behind, and most importantly, no resolution, no final chapter. And this fascination has fueled a whole cottage industry of speculation. I mean, the case has inspired countless books, chilling documentaries, and even major Hollywood films. This mystery isn't just some cold case. It's a cultural phenomenon that people, both professionals and amateur sleuths, are still debating all over the world. So, after all these years, what does it all really amount to? What we know for certain is, honestly, not much. A handful of victims, a series of letters, a collection of ciphers. But what we don't know is everything that actually matters. Who was he? What on earth was his motive? And where did he go?
The Zodiac Killer's identity remains unknown more than 50 years later, and the question that still haunts us isn't just who he was, but whether he's still out there somewhere, watching us all, still trying to solve his twisted little game.